Apex Chat.
I don't remember.
See, my problem is Tyler Peterson.
Oh, well, there you go. I know I messaged you right at the start, but I couldn't remember what it was about.
Okay, well, it's one of those damn promotions. Bring closer, don't I? Too? Came right after the start of the. Okay, I just thought you had initiated some kind of a service that had everybody on board. And
I do want to. I have considered, which they've said they've looked into this before, but getting something that records the minutes. So it'll actually turn it into words for us, and then it can just be edited. But I've heard that they're not very accurate a lot because it doesn't hear very well. Kind of like when you call a
imagine a bunch of different people
yeah.
that you're going to get.
It would be nice to have, but if it doesn't work the greatest, I wouldn't want to pay for a service.
Court reporters, Gail Armstrong, she's an independent court reporter who does it for everybody. She has an assistant like that. She goes into her because she can do shorthand. So it enables her to fill it in easier because the software is in tune. But she's only dealing with one or two people.
Yeah, right.
3, 4.
Right.
Good morning. It is 9:31 a.m. on Wednesday, January 7th, 2024. I'm here, Chris Martin, calling to order the regular session of the Logansport Board of Public Works and Safety. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Adrian Grant,
Here.
Chris Martin,
Here.
Jacob Pomisol.
All right, we will start with the approval of minutes for the January 17th, 2024 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for January's.
I will second. Any further discussion? Call for question.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
All right, on to the approval of claims for $652,465.31. This includes claims for $367,063.81 and payroll for $277,901.50. Hyatt longevity pay for $7,500. I'll make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
Second?
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, first up is the Early Lawn Care LLC Professional Services Agreement. Chief Yike. Good morning. Good morning.
This is our contract for our lawn mowing, mulch, those type of things throughout the year. We had budgeted for it last year, so it's in the budget. We were just waiting on the contract to come. So he'll take care of the mowing and some mulch work, planting, flowers, plants, whatever, throughout the year.
First time you've had to deal with this, huh?
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
Welcome to the game.
it's amazing.
I'll make a motion to approve the contracts and agreement for Early Lawn Care LLC.
Second?
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
All right, and then I will make a motion to add to the agenda a consulting agreement for the Logansport Police Department.
Second?
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, Chief, you have the floor.
This is to have Cassie come back and do a little bit of training for our new administrative clerk who's sitting in our audience. So her first day is actually today, so she's working with HR right now, then we'll come down this afternoon. I talked to Tyler about bringing Cassie back for a few hours to get some training in. Didn't think we needed a contract to have her come back or an agreement. Well, we actually did. So that's just having Cassandra Hoover as a former employee of Logansport Police Department, has a background of our Administrative Records Division, is going to provide training up to 12 hours, not to exceed down at $20 an hour. And then if we need it for any longer, I'll submit a second agreement for her to come in.
Okay.
So hopefully she'll only need about 8 to 12 hours of training. We should be good to go. So excited to have somebody back in the office and
Absolutely.
getting to work. So
Yeah.
All right. Did you want to introduce?
she wants to introduce herself. No, I wouldn't do that to her. Alyssa Michael was starting the day, so she's been with HR the last and then today.
Very good. Very good. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the consulting agreement for LPD.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Chris Martin.
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
All right, next up is Dykeman Excavating's Urban Park Site Work Professional Services Agreement. Aaron?
So 2 weeks ago, we approved the bids that came in for the urban park. One was for the depot and restroom, and one was for the site work. These are two contracts you're reviewing today, would be actually getting under contract with Dykeman Excavating for the site work and Shepler Construction for the urban park, the depot and restroom work. For the depot and restroom, the bid came in at $304,000, and for the site work, it came under $503,100, and those would be through our ready funds.
Very good. I'll make a motion to approve the Dykeman Excavating Urban Park Site Work at $503,100.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. And then how much was the,
The Shepler was
I'm trying to find it,
304,000.
304?
Yes, and both of these were getting under contract, but then there's a few documents that we still need, and the bond and some of the documents that are needed for ready. So those to proceed would be followed by receiving those.
Okay, so this will be taken into action after
Yep.
the proper documentation is given. Okay. I'll approve the Shepler Construction Urban Park Depot Services Agreement for $304,000.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Chris Martin.
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
Thanks, Aaron. Still working on that trail. I'm not letting it go. I'm just saying. Oh, Aaron, you're still up. Planning Department, 2023.
I'm not sure where I was because I have the old agenda. Okay.
2023.
Just getting my exercise, it's fine. So our annual report, I'm just presenting today. Unsafe building enforcement, we do that for the county in Walton. So we had 25 cases, 7 were cleared in Cass County. And in Walton, we had 2 cases, 1 were cleared. For BZA and hearing officers, county, we had 8 cases, 7 approved, 1 denied. In Logansport, we had 21 cases, 19 approved, 2 denied. And in Walton, we had 1 case that was continued to this year. Development plan reviews, we had in Cass County Gateway, we had 6, 6 were approved. Logansport Gateway, we had 6 and 6 were approved. Downtown Overlay District, we had 7 and 7 were approved. River Front Protection Overlay, we had 3 cases and 3 were approved. Architectural Review Committee, we had 5 cases and 5 were approved. 2 changes that we are actually taking to council now, but went through the Plan Commission last year was signage standards changes. Actually, this one was approved. And then structure materials, the vinyl and percentage that we're using on residential and commercial, there was some discussion on that. And sorry, the other 2 that we're currently bringing forward, detention and retention ponds, and some structural changes for square footage. Rezones, we had Patriot Park, and that is coming forward to council for approval. Subdivisions, we had the exemptions of 116. Redevelopment Commission, for the county, we had agribusiness park water connections, and there was 2 and 2 approved. Special projects, we're working on Appleseed Solar Farm, which are looking to get their permits this year. The capital improvement program, which we do each year with the city departments. Logansport Reimagined, which we work with Priorities Group and try to keep projects moving forward, as well as letting the community know about projects. Redistricting, I worked with the clerk's office in the county building for redistricting, and then I provided the maps for Elevate and created those. Win and Next Level Trails, currently working with the Panhandle Pathways, trying to make that connection to France Park. Housing, we've been working on Lexington Village, the Chase and Davis, Jefferson, and Patriot Park. Ready Grant, we had funding, Urban Park, which we just approved those contracts today, and Lexington Village, which is under construction, are the 2 in the city that we worked on first Ready, as well as broadband in the county. And then second Ready projects, we're currently working on above the line, I guess is what they're kind of calling them now. We do have other projects, but the top have been France Park, Agribusiness Park Infrastructure, and On the Banks, which is the Riverside area. Organizations and committees and groups that we work with, Logan's Landing, we work with their Economic Vitality Group as well as their Design Committee, helping do different projects in downtown. Wabash River Heritage Corridor Commission, I work and am vice president of that commission as the statewide commission to help promote and protect the Wabash River. I don't have on here, which I noticed the other day, was Historic Preservation Commission, which is also a group that we work on preservation of historic structures in Logansport. Education and efficiency, we try to do an annual educational meeting with all of our board members and other departments. Economic development, we work with the city and the county for new developments that are coming or possibly coming. Citation ordinance, we work with the city building commissioner's office, as well as in the county we have citations that we actually initiate on our end for city and Walton. We did get new software, not last year, the year before, but last year we worked with a lot of getting city on board and getting those processes in place, since we actually have to do workflows for each of them, so it's a little bit of a time-consuming thing. I won't go through all of it, but improvement location permits for Logansport in 2023, we had 415. Value of their projects is $33,984,814. Cass County, we had 176 permits, $51,236,163. And in Walton, we had 6 permits of $175,265.
Very good. I'll make a motion to approve the Planning Department's 2023 annual report.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Adrian Grant. Chris Martin.
Yes. Thank you, Aaron. All right, Mount Home Cemetery monthly report for December 2023. Bob? Good morning.
For the month of December, we had 3 traditional burials, 5 cremations, and did the regular grave preparation and submitted all necessary paperwork to the clerk's office, along with the normal maintenance of the cemetery and equipment.
Good.
A little shorter than Aaron's.
Short, sweet, and to the point. I like it. I'll make a motion to approve the Mount Hope Cemetery's monthly report for December 2023.
Second.
All right, call for question.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, now the 2023 annual report.
For the year, we had a total of 132 burials that consisted of 81 traditional burials, 48 cremations, and 3 infant burials. Employees worked a total of 5,397 hours for the year to get this done, along with all the maintenance and the grounds, on the grounds and the equipment.
I'd say you're doing a pretty good job. We get quite a few compliments about Bob and the cemetery, so obviously you're doing something right, right?
Keep busy,
There you go.
I promise.
I'll make a motion to approve the monthly report, or annual report for 2023 for Mount Hope Cemetery.
Second.
All right, call for question.
Chris Martin.
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
Thanks, Bob.
You're welcome, thank you.
All right, Parks Department 2023 Annual Report, Jan? Good morning.
Good morning. It's a lengthy report that I put together, but it really tells you where we're at. I think I'm going to just turn to, certainly we got the fundraising going as well for the golf course. And then we finished our fundraising for the Wright Street Park and then are in the construction phase now. Software that we use at Dykeman Golf Course made a huge difference in our operation because people can make tee times online and that makes a huge difference in terms of staffing and things like that. Our course revenue is up 15%, or number, let's say rounds of golf was up 15% over last year. Very proud of that. Spencer Park's Historic Shelter went through some issues this last year. You know, we had to shut it down due to public safety. And so we have got that rolling again with the contractors to get started ASAP. So it's coming along. We had the best Christmas in the park we've ever had. 6,800 vehicles drove through it. I'm so proud of that. We dedicated the Fairview Playground, especially with its new grand entrance. The Fairview Park shelters are both done now. So there's 2 new shelters there as well. We start ordering picnic tables right now. In our facilities, overall, we're up 8% over last year. So we had a good year in the shelters, except for the Spencer Park shelter. The parks maintenance crew, of course, keeps us afloat every day, sometimes literally. But, you know, you can see the kinds of things they do every month, all the things that have to do. Some highlights included, we had a couple of bad water lines that broke in the parks, which also indicates we really need to do something about our infrastructure. All those lines are old, at least 50 or 60 years old. Getting restrooms all put up together, getting fiber into, or the engineered wood fiber into our playgrounds. You might call it mulch, but it's engineered wood fiber. You know, one of the best things was we were able to hire a co-op program, Arturo Cortez, who's been working every afternoon with our maintenance crew, and it has made a huge difference having him there. And then, of course, Christmas in the Park was set up by the guys. So we had a really terrific year, and we couldn't do the things we do without all their hard work. So the Visitors Bureau did help us pay for new signage at Riverside Park and at Stonewall Park, and then also at the Heritage Park fountain. So it looks so much better. It's beautiful.
It is.
The other stuff was like crumbling underneath. It was so from the sun and things. So it was really a time to do that. So recreation program saw a great year this last year. Kara and her staff and volunteers made a lot of stuff happen. Tennis lessons, junior golf, yoga in the park, art classes, of course our annual events like the Daddy-Daughter Dance, the Mother-Son Nerf War, Breakfast with Santa, July 4th, and the new one was Howl at the Moon, and we really had a good time with that. Going to try that again this next year. I think people really enjoyed the nighttime ambiance of that whole event, so we're really pleased with that. Our actual pool numbers were down about 500 people, but our swim lessons were up by about almost 15 extra kids this year. Pool rentals were right about where they were last year, so you know, we did pretty good there. So I think we have an even shorter summer this coming summer too. So anyway, that's any questions on my annual report. Okay, all right. Basically, you saw this morning's announcement. We got $150,000 from Security Federal Savings Bank, which is a big thing. We've got another one we're getting ready to announce for $100,000, and we're looking forward to that. Master plan. We did a youth survey here just before Christmas ended or Christmas break, and we're just in the process right now of analyzing the data and trying to get that develop some ideas around that data to help get some stuff going. The biggest thing that, I think the biggest takeaway you'll get from it when you get to see it is there's a lot of kids playing a lot of video games. And it's really frustrating. So it's going to be hard to get over that part. It's a huge hurdle that we'll have to figure out a way to get around. Everything else is, one of the things that we are doing is a new restroom on the west end of Dykeman Park. There by, you think it's by the 12th green. Is that right, Tony? Yeah, the 12th green. He's the golfer. But anyway, so this will help us with, that be more in compliance with health regulations. So that's important for us to do. Really in our regular, we all had time off during Christmas, so we really didn't get as much accomplished during the Christmas break as we needed to. But the guys are out working on trees now and taking care of, the other thing we're working on is rehabbing a new, or creating a new kitchenette in the Penman building. So the guys are working on that right now. So it's going to be awesome there too, so.
It's awesome.
And mileage was really low.
Yeah,
Didn't do very much.
as expected, right?
Anyway, any questions?
No, and we're good.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Jan.
Thank you,
I'll
Jan.
make a motion to approve the Parks Department 2023 annual report.
Second.
Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
And then I'll make a motion to approve the management and mileage report for the Parks Department.
Second.
Call for question?
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, Street Department. Tony, applications for curb street cut?
Yeah, this is a gentleman's just widening his driveway, and he's staying within the parameters that the planning department sets up, so I'm fine with that.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the application for curb street cut for 4231 High Street.
Second.
Call for question?
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes.
The 210 South Sixth Street is Frontier replacing, I'm sorry, yeah. They're replacing a manhole there. I did talk them out of, they were gonna just put gravel in there until they could get hot mix, and I was like, yeah, we're not gonna do that. So they're gonna fill it with cold mix and then come back in the spring and dig it out and fix it correctly, but, so I'm fine with that since they changed that.
I'll make a motion to approve the application for curb street cut for 210 South Sixth Street.
Second.
Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
Okay, we can do 2503 Usher, 1400 North Street, 1400 High Street, and 721 North Sixth Street. Those are all for gas leaks in the right of way.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the application for curb street cut for 2503 Usher Street, 1400 North Street, 1400 High Street, and 721 North Sixth Street.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes.
1407 East Broadway is also a minor gas leak that will involve a cut in the alley.
1407, is that what you said?
Correct.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the application for curb street cut for 1407 East Broadway.
Second.
Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
And then last one is 311 12th Street, also for a minor gas leak, but it involves a street cut.
Make a motion to approve the application for curb street cut for 311 12th Street.
Second.
Call for question?
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, request for sign, no parking 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 1335 Erie Avenue.
Yeah, this is the young lady that was in here last week trying to get some parking for her restaurant. I don't know if you saw my response to your email this morning or not, but.
I have not looked.
Okay, Mr. Neighbors' administrative assistant emailed me asking me what was decided last week because he wasn't here. And I told her what our solution was to compromise, and I never heard back from him, so I'm assuming.
He's okay with it. Yeah, exactly. All right. I'll make a motion to approve the no parking from 9 AM to 4 PM at 1335 Erie Avenue.
Second.
Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
All right, and 2023 annual report.
Okay, we hauled 2,254 loads of brush and 842 loads of compost bags out to the compost site. 181 loads, dump truck loads of street sweepings went to the landfill. The sweepers ran a total of 3,098 miles, which is pretty impressive considering there's 100 miles worth of streets. And, you know, we constantly get calls from people thinking we haven't done their street, but we keep track every day, and every street gets hit 4 or 5 times a summer. The leaf vacs hauled 147 loads of leaves. 96 loads were taken by contractors to the compost site. The community used 90 loads of mulch and 64 loads of compost. We recycled 3,597 pounds of metal, used 508 tons of salt, 863 tons of stone, 714 tons of sand, and 128 tons of bituminous. The sign department replaced or installed 214 signs. We assisted code enforcement with 9 property cleanups, almost 1,000 hours spent cleaning catch basins, another 1,700 hours filling potholes, 533 hours grading and stoning alleys, 524 hours painting, 1,400 hours spent doing cutbacks. We did 77 mowing violations. Cyker Street was paved with grant match money. Erie Avenue was completed also this year. We used also paving money to crack seal twice this year, and we encumbered money to pave Culbertson, 2 blocks of Hannah, and a block of West Broadway for next year. I had 14 residents use the 50/50 program for new sidewalks, and 8 residents installed new curbs and gutters through the 50/50 program. We bought a new dump trailer, which we have a rotation, we get one every year, and we bought a new Skyjack scissor lift. And we had a total of 53 emergency callouts.
Great year. Great year. I'll make a motion to approve the 2023 annual report for the Logansport Street Department.
Second.
Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
Thanks, Tony.
How many miles do we have? You said how many miles of city streets?
Just over 100.
100, a little over 100. Thank you.
All right, animal control. 1212 Ash Street. Ryan?
Good morning.
Good morning. If you can please state your name and address in the microphone for us, please.
My name is Lillian Hernandez, and my address is 1212 Ash Street.
Okay. Ryan, the floor is yours.
So the reason why we're here today, I've had 3 violations. 2 has been on Miss Hernandez, reference her dog Ruger. She's came in, we've written a 50, we've written 100, and then this last one was on 115 of 24, where I wrote her boyfriend a $250 citation. She's come in, she's paid the $100 citation. She still has an outstanding balance of a $50 citation that she didn't pay before that. And then her boyfriend, Uriel, which he is out of state, right? On work, and that's why he's not here today. I had written him a citation 2 years ago, and it was a $100 violation. He has yet to pay it, and that was in reference to another dog that he had, not this one. And in accordance to our city ordinance, at the 3rd violation, we can range between $500 to $1,500 for the removal of the 1011, remove the dog. I don't want to remove the dog. More than likely, if we do, it's another dog's gonna be in place. I haven't had no issues since 1/15 of 2024. I talked to her this morning, when I briefed her a little bit about what was going on and what I was looking at as far as a fine. She said they fixed the issue, which I'm fine with. But I still think we need to have a split in between and at least look for a $750 fine to make sure. And if in 6 months we have no issues, then we just, you know what I mean, we go with what it is. If in those 6 months we have another issue, then we come back in front of the Board of Works and we remove the dog, if that's what it ends up being.
What kind of dog is it?
Pit bull. Friendly dog. I'm not taking none. It's a great dog.
Yeah, he just gets loose off his chain. That's just what happened.
What have you done to correct the issue?
Oh, we got him a better chain. Like, we had one that dug into the ground and he could just pull it out. And that's what happened.
Do you think you resolved it?
Yes,
probably?
for sure.
Okay. So, Brian, what you want to do is place a $750 fine if there's activity within the next 6 months.
I would like to get something today as far as the $750.
So place
And
the
then in 6 months, if we have that span, you know what I mean, we're not looking at, we don't have to come back in front. That we're more just
The
gotta-
way the ordinance reads is he can ask for the fine and then place a stipulation if in 6 months or whatever it happens again, they come back another fine and remove the dog. At this point, he's just asking for a fine, and I helped him go through the ordinance, we looked through it pretty thoroughly before we came today. And that way, he's got something that says, okay, here's what's happening, you get your fine. If you do good for the next 6 months, we won't have to come back and take the dog and fine you again. So at least we can.
That's a bigger hit, you know what I mean? That's a pretty good size hit to have the $1,500 fine and remove the dog. I think that's too much. So I think we go with the $750. I think she says that they fixed it. I hope they have. I don't want to have that issue. I mean, there's other dogs that do run loose. And like I said before, they have a friendly dog, but I can't be chasing dogs that, you know what I mean, are owned. We've got enough that are stray that run around, let alone the ones that are owned.
And this is separate from their balance owed, correct?
The $50 fine, when I wrote the $100 fine, we'd actually picked up the dog and taken it to the shelter. And at that time, I'd actually taken like the afternoon off, so they weren't able to get their dog the same day. So I had to come back and actually write the citation when I did come back. And she went in and paid it, but she didn't pay her $50 fine, her first initial fine that we had written. And I believe that was on 10/17 of 2023. Was a $50 fine. The 11/17 of 2023 was the $100 fine, and then I just wrote the boyfriend on 1/15 of 24, the $250 fine.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's $400 right there.
and then he's got a past balance of a different dog, which was the white pit bull that they had in 2022. And he's got a balance of 100. So I mean, he's got an outstanding balance as far as for a different dog and not this one.
Okay. Thoughts?
Just trying to run the numbers, I was trying to understand everything. I mean, it has been several times, so that is concerning. But with what they already owe, I wonder if we could agree on maybe 500 or in addition to what is still owed, because then that would be about that.
Whatever is best, whatever you guys.
With the
think. I'm fine with it.
stipulation of if in
With-
6 months, then
yeah.
yes, we're gonna, yeah.
So I would say place a $500 fine with no activity for 6 months,
As well as paying what is
plus
owed.
the additional.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll make a motion to place $500 fine on 1212 Ash Street for animal control violations, and that will stick with no activity for 6 months. Okay.
Second.
Call for question.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're up next, aren't you? Yep. All right. Code enforcement, weekly report, Randy.
All right, last week with the weather and stuff, we did a lot less going out and giving violations and stuff. So I only had 4 issued last week. We only had 1 cleared. I had a bunch of them that we gave extensions to because of not getting trash picked up and stuff last week on everything being off and the weather. So we did give a few breaks there. Had 6 trash container warnings, tagged 4 more cars. Had 9 that were cleared or removed by the owner from the week before. And we only had 2 notices to appear sent out last week.
Make a motion to approve the code enforcement's weekly report.
Second.
Call for question?
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, request for property cleanup for multiple violation properties. We'll start with 1225 Erie Avenue. Is anyone here to represent 1225 Erie Avenue? All right, seeing none, go ahead, Randy.
This started on 1/2 of this year. As of today, it's still not cleared. This is a vacant lot between 2 properties. We had to do some digging and researching because we don't have access to our old files and stuff right now. This is actually a multiple violation property. We had a violation on 7/16/23, and we had one on 9/23. We're not exactly sure who's dumping there. We've gotten some ideas, but the person that owns the property says needs to be responsible for it, and she's allowing it to go on. Like I said, as of right now, we sent out the certifieds, we've done our due diligence, trying to get a hold of her. We have some other information on the company that might be dropping stuff there. So once we get verification on that, we're gonna deal with that as well. Right now, I'm just saying that this property, actually, I'm asking that it gets a fine plus the cleanup, since it's multiple violation.
What amount?
This one will be the 500 to 1,000.
And you said the owner's aware?
Been aware, she has not contacted me in the last week or so. But she talked to me before on this previous violations and gotten it cleaned up. But then it goes right back to this.
That looks like building material.
That is all building materials.
Which is not.
Then that's,
And actually, this morning when I went by, there's been 2 more loads dropped there.
okay.
There's now bathtubs sitting out there, there's shower stuff. Yeah.
I'll make a motion to place a $500 fine on 1225 Erie Avenue and order a property cleanup.
Okay.
Call for question.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, 1809 High Street. Is anyone here to represent 1809 High Street? All right, seeing none, go ahead, Randy.
Again, this one was started on January 3rd. This is a simple mattress issue. If it was wrapped, it would be gone. Again, this is another property that's had multiple violations on it. It had one in July of this year as well for trash and mattresses. No contact with this owner. This would have been a simple, free, clean pickup if they just would have wrapped it like they're supposed to. And again, this one, since it's considered, what we consider 2 and 12 and multiple and that, I'd say between 250 to 500 is normally what we set the first tier at.
I'll make a motion to approve the property cleanup at 1809 High Street and place a $250 fine.
Second.
Call for question?
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, 112, 114 11th Street. Is there anyone here to represent 112, 114 11th Street? 11th Street. What do I have? Seeing none, go ahead, Randy.
Yep. All right, this one again, started in January 3rd. Another simple mattress, if it was wrapped, would have been picked up and gone. The owner, Tommy Dung, has multiple properties here in town. We have multiple issues on a lot of his properties right now. He had this one again, let's have one in April of last year. So again, another multiple violation. These property owners just are not, the rental property owners, their property managers are not doing their jobs right now. So we're kind of buckling down on them, so.
What tier is that?
This would, again, we're gonna put this at the tier 2, because this guy's this is the third one on this one. And he's had other properties. We've had some emergency cleanups on his properties too. So we're gonna say this was the 500 to 1,000 on this one.
Okay. I'll make a motion to place a $1,000 fine on 112, 114, 11th Street and order a property cleanup.
Second?
Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
All right, 119 11th Street. Anyone here to represent 119 11th Street? All right. Seeing none, go ahead, Randy.
Again, this one started on January 3rd. This is another simple mattress one. Wrap it and it's done. And this one had a violation in March of last year. So again, this would have been a very simple, easy fix. This one would be our tier 1 level, so this would be the 250 to 500.
Okay. I'll make a motion to place a $250 fine on 119 11th Street and order a property cleanup.
Second?
Call for question?
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, thanks, Randy.
I just want to take a second and give a shout out to Sandy for helping me do all the research, trying to find you. So,
That's awesome.
going through a year full of hard copies is,
Got that, yes. We love Sandy. Yes, we do. All right, board member comments. Adrian?
I think Chief Yike has some.
Mayor, I have a comment. I know
You have to come to the mic. They yelled at us because we didn't let you come to the mic.
I know you guys already set the fine placed on 1212 High Street. There was no, when does she need to have that paid by? I can't remember off the top of my head if it's in the ordinance or not, a specific time frame. I know you guys gave her a specific time frame as far as to not have another.
Not have a
fine
violation.
issued, but how long does she have to pay the $500 fine?
Okay.
Usually 30 days.
Okay, that's what I didn't know. I just wanted to make sure she knew, so that way,
Not walking away and then she goes.
and she doesn't know when to
Sure.
pay it or a time frame to pay it, and then she doesn't make the payment in a certain amount of time, and then she has to come back to the Board of Works. I don't want to waste any more of her time, so it wasn't discussed. So if you guys want to give her a timeline on when to have that paid, then that way she.
30 days.
Okay.
Within 30 days.
For all of it all together, or just?
Yeah, you can set up, if you want to set up a payment plan, you can set it up with the clerk's office. It just has to be, so if you need a payment plan set up, you have to get it through the clerk treasurer's office, but it has to be done within 30 days. So you have to establish a payment plan within the next 30 days, just to show an effort.
So 30 days to pay the 500 off. So it gives you a calendar date from today's date. Okay? All right, thank you.
Awesome, thank you. All right, Adrian?
I don't have any comments.
All right. Well, it's been very slippery.
Yeah.
Slippery. All right, very good. All right, Tony, great job. Your crew is doing an amazing job
Yeah.
with the weather, the way that it is. So thank you. Tell your crew we appreciate them, for sure. And police, of course, as well. All right, miscellaneous business and any matters not already considered, including ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns. All right, seeing none, I will make a motion to adjourn at 10:13 a.m.
Second?
Call for question.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
Go Ravens. We are adjourned.